So this is a first quick look at our Weather Trainer software, looking at a first few features that you might use in using the program. Here is the screen where you log in, and after you log in, this is what the screen looks like. This is bouncing over here, reminding me this is a dynamic product that's updated frequently, and so you can click this button over here, News, and see what was added last. And here it looks like there was some work done on pressure corrections, how to do reducing station pressure to sea level. And then this is just a history of how it gets updated day to day. And so here's the home page. Now, the first thing to note about this is that when you click, this is an interactive screen here. You can click these things and get information about different subjects in the course, which you would, in the product, which you would learn about. And then, or you can also click up here, these things. But the main thing to note is when you click most of these things, like if you click, for example, graphics, it will change what's over on the left side in this left panel rather than what's in here. And then you decide on this side what you want to look at. And so, for example, graphics, that's one of the first things you might do. It's just like looking at all the pictures that are included in the program. And there's two, and I got there by clicking graphics, like this button up here. Then I click here, I could look at, this is a list just of all the, if you're searching in our course and in some of our books where we reference this, we would reference a picture like CG123. See G123. Well, if you wanted to see G123, you would go to the graphics and you would hit here, and then you would find the 123, whatever that is. That is, well, that's about sea breezes, and this is in the sand. This is Strait of Juan de Fuca. Then you could also click this and go to San Francisco and so forth. And so that would just bring up this particular graphic. It's used it will be referenced in articles. For example, it must be used in this article, and this is all interactive. So you can click this, and then you would go to the article that actually uses that as a graphic. And there's a back button everywhere like that. And this goes, it looks like, to another graphic of some sort. So that's the way you would look at the graphics. If you were trying to find G400, then you would go in here to G400. Now, you can also search this page. You could put Command F and then put barometer, B-A-R-O-M-E-T-E-R, barometer, enter, and then you can find everything that's on barometers there. Now, there's another way to look at the graphics, and that is after you click this, you could click this down here, and these are thumbnails of all the graphics that are in the program. And so then you could look at these, and if you see something interesting, I don't know what this is about here, but you can then click this, Arctic sea smoke, and then you would have this is a graphic that, again, this is a graphic that's used somewhere in the program. It's referred to Arctic sea smoke, and then here are just some examples. And then you can go back to the main list and see other things. There's many hundreds of graphics in the program. So that's how you would view graphics. And from the graphics we think of it, or I think of it actually, as sort of like sitting picking up a magazine and just flipping through the magazine and looking at the pictures. Now, the other thing that is used early in our online course in marine weather is a section called Ask Me. So I would click up here, Ask Me, and this is where the program just presents a bunch of common questions that you might want to ask or know about, or you might have a friend ask you because you know about marine weather. So there's different ways to do that. You could say questions here, ask me by topics. So but that's just with you interacting with the program. And here's all different types of questions, like old sayings explain. What's that is. The fog nips the tide. What's that mean? The fog nips the tide. And so you click the answer, and here would be the answer of whatever that means. The fog nips the tide. Wait a minute. Okay, back here. Or fog. The question's about fog. where do I learn about statistical likelihood of fog? Or is there a way to predict fog without an official forecast? And then you click that, and then you get your answer to that. Okay, so that's one way to look at the Ask Me. The other is actually by numbers. So each of these Ask Me topics, questions that are then answered in the course, has a number. And in our marine weather course and in some of our reading, it might say, what is Ask Me, go and read for reference, Ask Me, let's say 408. Ask Me 408. That'd be AM-408. What's that? So that means I'd go here, view by question number, then 408. Let's see what that is. Why does air rise in a low and descend in a high? And then this would be the answer to that question, and then it would link to articles about that and graphics about it. I don't know what that. This is one of the graphics in the book that discuss properties of highs and lows, things like that. So that's the way. That's the two main functions. Now there's, again, you can go back if you're ever just surfing around and forget where you are. You can always just hit the library, and then go to the home page, and then you're right back here. And then later you'll play around and see how this works. Like this is the Sea State Atlas. If I click that, I'm going to come to the Sea State Atlas. We're all about waves and swells and things like that. Okay, I'll stop there on those two things. That's about viewing the graphics and viewing the Ask Me, and later add some discussion of other features of this resource.